Hey, good morning. It's Barefoot Ken, and I want to talk about running in the cold, but first I want to introduce you to some of my neighbors. And this is a good theme for running in the cold. That's what happens to you if you don't follow the right, common sense safety procedures. Here's a few more of the neighbors' decorations. Okay, so let's talk about running in the cold. And this morning I'm doing an easy run, and no pushing the envelope, no specific speed objectives. So going without a shirt adds some extra challenge, some extra invigoration to what would otherwise be just sort of a very basic run. It's about 27 out, or that's what it was when I left, and it's probably a little warmer now. And so running without a shirt is a way to, like I said, get some of that cold exposure, which you know about from Wim Hof and others. So let me tell you a little bit about what I've done and what my limits are in terms of running in the cold. I've gone out as cold as 6 degrees, but I kept it short, 3 miles, because you do want to avoid exposing yourself to wind chill or wind burn and things like that. And we don't know our limits. The limits for you and I and somebody else could be very different. So you discover those limits by very carefully pushing the envelope. So let me share 3 considerations for running in the cold. The first is you don't have to head out shirtless. I've got a lot of warm stuff tied around my waist, and I started out the first 2 miles bundled up, and that way it gave me a chance to get warmed up. So you don't have to throw yourself into the cold. And I learned that from taking a Wim Hof course when he talks about cold showers. You don't have to step straight into the cold shower and make yourself scream or give yourself a heart attack. Start it warm, gradually reduce it. Same principle as warming up before a run. Number 2, look, when you're running, you're warm. I don't think for most of us there's a major hypothermia risk at 27 or 30 degrees, but you're dealing with a little bit of discomfort on the skin. Probably the trickiest part is the hands and forearms for me. And you do run the risk of losing, for sure, strength in your hands. So that's a consideration. There's something called hunter's response or hunter's reaction. That's the ability of the body to pulse some blood to the extremities to keep them operable. And that comes built in. But if you never expose yourself to the cold, how likely is that that's going to save you if you need to use your hands? So remember, you might have to turn the key in the lock in your door to get back inside. If you're doing this out hiking in the backcountry, if you get cold, you may have to unclip your backpack. Do not tie your backpack with like a square knot. You may find just the clip is very difficult to get done. So that's a consideration. And then the last consideration. Okay, I'm back. I forgot the last consideration. Now I remember it. The last consideration is the after drop. So the way your body insulates you from cold temperatures is by withdrawing the blood from the skin. And conversely, when it's really hot, the body will pump blood to the skin to diffuse that heat into the air. So what you're going to be left with after a cold run is a shell of cold skin, which doesn't have a lot of blood. And once you go back indoors, the blood will start to remix, and all that cold skin will chill the blood, and you'll feel cold afterwards. So just, you don't want to be surprised by that. Great thing to do is have some hot liquids, or take a hot bath or shower, and that should restore you to normal. Or just be patient and recognize it'll take a little while for your body to heat up that skin, which has gotten cold because it's been acting as insulation. So that's it. Hope you're having a great day. Get out there, do something, have fun.